Hey there, Mama! I see you sitting there with your little one, wondering how on earth you're going to tackle this whole starting solids thing. Trust me, I've been right where you are, and let me tell you, it's a journey, but it's one we're going to navigate together. So, your baby's hitting that magical 6-month mark, and suddenly it feels like there's this invisible countdown to introducing real food. I remember feeling so overwhelmed, like I needed a degree in baby nutrition just to figure out what to put on my little one's high chair tray. But you know what? We're all just figuring it out as we go, and that's okay. Today, I want to chat with you about how I started baby-led weaning with my little nugget. It's been quite the adventure, and I'm excited to share what I've learned. The good, the messy, and the downright hilarious moments. First things first, let's talk about whether your baby is actually ready for this big step. It's not just about age. There are a few signs to look out for. Can your little one sit up without too much support? I'm not talking perfect posture here, but they should be able to hold themselves up pretty well. Are they watching you eat like a hawk? Maybe even trying to grab food off your plate? That's a good sign they're interested. Oh, and here's one I didn't know about at first. The tongue thrust reflex. Basically, if you put something in your baby's mouth and they immediately push it out with their tongue, they might not be quite ready yet. It's their body's way of protecting them from choking when they're little, but it starts to disappear around 4 to 6 months. If you're nodding along to these, then congratulations! Your baby might be ready to start their food adventure, but remember, every baby is different. There's no rush, and it's always okay to check with your pediatrician if you're unsure. Now, let's talk about what baby-led weaning actually is. When I first heard the term, I thought it sounded so fancy and complicated. But really, it's pretty simple. BLW means letting your baby feed themselves right from the start. No purees, no spoon feeding, just soft finger-sized foods that they can pick up and explore on their own. I know. The first time I put a piece of food in front of my baby, I was terrified. What if they choke? What if they don't eat enough? But here's the thing. Babies are smarter than we give them credit for. They're learning to control the food in their mouth, developing their pincer grasp, and figuring out how much they need to eat. It's pretty amazing to watch. Let me tell you about our first foods. We started with steamed sweet potato sticks. I cut them about the size of my pinky finger, so they were easy for my little one to grab. The look on their face when they first tasted that sweet potato, priceless. It was like they discovered a whole new world. Next up was banana chunks. Pro tip, cut them in half lengthwise first, then into chunks. It makes them easier to hold and less slippery. Speaking of slippery, avocado slices were a bit of a challenge at first, but I learned a little trick. Coat them in baby cereal. It gives them a bit of grip and makes them easier for those tiny hands to manage. Now, I have to warn you, it's messy. Like, really messy. There were days when I thought my kitchen floor would never be clean again. But you know what? It's also so much fun. Watching your baby explore new textures, tastes, and sensations, it's beautiful and messy. Did I mention messy? One thing that surprised me, and this is something I wish someone had told me earlier, is that your baby doesn't need teeth to start solids. I know, right? I was convinced we had to wait for those little pearly whites to pop through, but turns out those gums are stronger than you think. They can mash up soft foods just fine. Here's another little secret. It's okay if they don't actually eat much at first. BLW is all about exploration and learning. Some days my little one would spend the whole meal just squishing banana between their fingers. And that's fine. They're learning about textures, developing their motor skills, and getting comfortable with food. The eating part will come. You know, starting solids is just one of those big milestones that make you realize how fast time is flying. One minute you're cradling this tiny newborn, and the next, they're sitting in a high chair covered in sweet potato, grinning at you with that gummy smile. It's magical, and a little bittersweet too. I remember the first time my baby actually swallowed a piece of food. I was so excited. I called my mom, my best friend, pretty much everyone I knew. It felt like such a huge accomplishment for both of us. Because let's be honest, this journey is as much about us learning as it is about them. Now, I know some of you might be feeling a bit nervous about choking. I was too. But here's the thing. There's a big difference between gagging and choking. gagging is actually a good thing. It's your baby's natural reflex to move food around in their mouth. It looks scary, but it's how they learn to manage different textures. Choking, on the other hand, is silent. That's why it's so important to always supervise meal times and know infant CPR just in case. As we wrap up, I want you to remember something important. This journey is different for every baby and every family. What works for one might not work for another, and that's okay. The most important thing is that you're there, supporting your little one as they explore this big new world of food. If you're about to start solids, or if you're in the thick of it right now, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know how it's going. Are you excited? Nervous? A bit of both? Trust me, we've all been there. And hey, if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be sharing more of our baby-led weaning journey, along with all the other fun and sometimes messy parts of motherhood. We're all in this together, figuring it out one day at a time. You've got this, Mama. It might be messy, it might be chaotic, but it's also beautiful. Enjoy every moment, even the ones where you're scraping banana off the ceiling, because before you know it, they'll be asking for the car keys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.